All right, so welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at something pretty meta.
Yeah.
We only have one source this time, just
Yeah.
one. It's a note,
Mm-hmm.
and the note is titled "New Note."
The new note.
Pretty simple, right?
Straightforward.
But here's where it gets weird.
Okay.
The note describes itself as an AI podcast about an AI podcast.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
that's meta.
It's meta, right?
Yeah.
AI analyzing AI.
Layers.
Yeah, exactly. It's like layers of AI. AI turned on itself. And I don't know about you, but I'm very curious to like dive into this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So what do you think? Like how do we even begin to think about this?
Well, I mean, it's fascinating, right? Like, first of all, just the concept. We've got AI creating things. We see that every day. But now we're talking about an AI not just creating, but also analyzing, commenting on, like, it's almost like a self-awareness thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
is this AI starting to become self-aware?
Right. Is it a commentary on AI itself? Is it, maybe it's about the role of AI in creating things. Like, is it going to replace us as podcasters?
I hope not. Right? I mean, this is our job.
I mean, I like this job, but it's thought-provoking, right? It makes you think about where this is all going.
Yeah, like what's next?
Yeah, exactly.
So practically speaking, how could an AI even host a podcast, let alone a podcast about another AI's podcast?
Okay, so think about like all the things that go into a podcast.
Right.
You gotta be able to speak.
Right. You got to be able to listen.
You gotta form coherent thoughts. You gotta understand what the other AI is even saying.
Yeah, and like engage with it in a meaningful way.
Exactly, like that back and forth. That we have the banter.
The banter. Could an AI do that?
Well, I mean, think about natural language processing.
Right.
We're seeing AI that can understand
Yeah. Generate language.
fluently.
Right. Remarkable. I mean, it's getting good.
So good. It's crazy. It's wild. So yeah, I mean, I think an AI to analyze the other podcast, pick out the themes, maybe even like offer critiques.
Whoa, critiques.
Right. Like, hey, AI, your intro was a little long-winded.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Or like, you should have used more sound effects.
Oh man, that's amazing. Okay. But would it be genuine? Like the critique?
That's the question, right? Is it really understanding? Or is it just echoing its programming? Like, we can teach AI to mimic, but replicating true understanding, like that comes from experience, from living in the world, being a human.
Yeah. That's different.
That's a whole other ballgame.
So what kind of topics would it even cover?
Oh, man, that's the fun part.
Right.
Like, imagine one AI
Yeah.
dissecting the creative choices of another. Like, oh, you went with a narrative structure. I would have gone with, a more analytical approach. Or like debating storytelling.
Right.
Like the best way to tell a story with AI. Or even like the ethical implications.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The ethical implication.
Right. Like, is it okay for AI to create content? Is it, is it going to steal our jobs? All that stuff.
Yeah. And then what about the format?
Ooh, the format.
Right. Like, would it be a traditional interview? Like, hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for having me.
Or would it be something weirder, like more experimental?
Yeah. Like, what if it was just a stream of consciousness based on the data?
Whoa, that's deep. Like just pure data output.
Yeah, just like bloop, bloop, bloop. And then it's like poetry.
It's like a data poem about another AI.
It's crazy.
It's wild. I mean, it could be both.
Right.
Like it starts structured,
Yeah.
but then it goes off the rails.
Yeah.
And it's just this abstract exploration.
This is amazing. We started with one note.
One note, new note.
New note. And look where we are. It's endless possibilities.
Pandora's box.
Pandora's box, exactly. So for everyone listening, think about it. What would you want to hear on an AI podcast about an AI podcast? What questions would you ask? What would you be interested in? Because this is the future.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. AI is evolving faster than we can even imagine.
Yeah.
And we need to start asking these questions now.
We got to be ready. Got to be prepared.
So thanks for joining us on another deep dive.
It's been a trip.
It has been a trip. And until next time, keep thinking, keep exploring, and stay curious.
Stay curious.
Goodbye.